Have you ever wondered how an organization, started by just a few people in upstate New York, managed to plant its flag in over 190 countries? It's a logistical masterpiece that rivals some of the world's biggest corporations. But how did they actually do it? This isn't just about faith. It's about strategy, timing, and a global operation few people ever see. We're going to pull back the curtain on this incredible expansion. If you love deep dives into complex topics, make sure you subscribe to Mormon Deep Dive channel right now, because we're about to get into the mechanics of global influence. Welcome back to Mormon Deep Dive channel, your home for tactical and depth analysis of the Mormon world. Today we're tackling a massive question. How did the LDS Church achieve its staggering international presence? We're not just talking about sending a few people abroad. We're talking about establishing a permanent, self-sustaining footprint in nearly every nation on Earth. Let's rewind to the beginning. The 19th century. Church is brand new, founded in 1830. You might think their first priority was just survival in America, and for a while it was. But the ambition was global from the start. As early as 1837, missionaries were sent to England. Think about that for a second. The journey alone was a life-threatening months-long ordeal. There were no jumbo jets, no instant communication, yet they went. Why England? It was a calculated move. England was the heart of a global empire, and it spoke the same language. It was the perfect springboard. Early efforts were focused on major European population centers. Great Britain, Scandinavia, Germany. These missions were tough. Missionaries often faced hostility and had to live in extreme poverty. But they laid a critical foundation. They established small congregations, translated key texts, and created a network. This initial phase was about planting seeds, however small, in fertile ground. It wasn't about massive growth yet. It was about establishing a presence and proving the concept could work beyond American borders. It was a slow, difficult, but essential first step. Then came World War II. The world was shattered and everything changed. For the LDS Church, this global crisis became a pivotal opportunity. Post-war Europe was in ruins, but it was also a continent looking for hope and stability. This is where the Church's strategy shifted from simply sending missionaries to building a permanent infrastructure. After the war, the Church didn't just return to Europe. It launched a systematic, large-scale operation. They began constructing chapels, which served as much more than just places of worship. They were community centers, symbols of permanence and stability in communities that had lost everything.
Wow.
This was a powerful statement. While others were leaving, they were building. Alongside this construction boom came a renewed and better organized missionary effort. The missionary program was professionalized. Young men and women were trained not just in doctrine, but in language, culture, and salesmanship. They weren't just preachers anymore. They were a dedicated, highly motivated, and disciplined volunteer force. This created a powerful feedback loop. More missionaries led to more converts, who then formed stronger local congregations, which justified building more chapels, which in turn attracted more people. It was a brilliant growth engine, fueled by post-war optimism and a highly organized structure. The Church was no longer just visiting, it was moving in for good. So we have missionaries, and we have chapels. That seems straightforward enough, right? This is the story most people know. But here's the twist, the part of the engine that is almost completely invisible to the outside world. How do you fund all this? How do you manage the logistics of thousands of people, buildings, and materials across dozens of countries, languages, and legal systems? The answer is a sophisticated, behind-the-scenes logistical and financial operation that is truly world-class. The Church developed a centralized system to manage everything. Think about it. Moving thousands of young missionaries across borders requires a massive travel and visa operation. Housing them requires a global real estate department. Feeding and supporting them requires a complex financial network to move funds legally and efficiently across different currencies. And the construction projects? They're not just hiring local builders ad hoc. The Church has its own departments of architects, engineers, and project managers who have perfected the art of building standardized, cost-effective chapels anywhere in the world. They handle everything from land acquisition and navigating local zoning laws to sourcing and materials and managing construction crews. This centralized command and control structure allows them to execute complex projects with incredible efficiency, minimizing waste and ensuring a consistent standard globally. This hidden logistical backbone is the secret ingredient. Without it, the rapid expansion we've seen would have been impossible. It's less about miracles and more about meticulous planning, financial acumen, and corporate-level execution. So, how do you manage such a vast worldwide operation in the 21st century? The answer is technology. The modern era has seen the church pivot once again, embracing the digital world with the same strategic focus it once applied to building chapels. The internet, and social media in particular, have become the new frontier for proselytizing. Today's missionaries are armed with smartphones and tablets. They run targeted social media ads, create local language content for YouTube and Instagram, and connect with potential converts through messaging apps. This digital-first approach allows them to reach a vastly wider audience than ever before, transcending geographical barriers. Someone in a remote village in Mongolia can now have a conversation with a missionary in Utah in real time. What do you think is more effective in today's world? A missionary knocking on your door, or a well-made video appearing in your social media feed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This digital shift also applies to the church's internal management. The global logistical machine we talked about is now powered by sophisticated software systems. From managing missionary assignments and finances, to coordinating humanitarian aid and streaming leadership, conferences to every corner of the globe, technology is the glue that holds the modern international church together. They've also become masters of public relations and branding, using their vast resources to produce high-quality media content like the I'm a Mormon campaign, shaping their public image on a global scale. This combination of a massive, motivated volunteer force and cutting-edge digital strategy is what maintains and expands their influence today. Which country do you think will see the most growth for the church in the next decade? Drop your prediction below. So, from a handful of believers in 1830s New York to a global entity with a presence in over 190 countries, the story of the LDS Church's expansion is a masterclass in strategy, adaptation, and execution. It began with daring early ventures into Europe, setting the stage for what was to come. It then capitalized on the post-war landscape, shifting from just sending people to building a permanent physical infrastructure of chapels and communities. The secret sauce was the creation of an invisible but powerful logistical and financial engine, operating with corporate efficiency to manage a global workforce and massive construction projects. And finally, in the modern era, they've embraced technology, turning social media and digital tools into their newest and most powerful instruments for global outreach. It's a fascinating journey that combines faith with formidable strategic planning. It shows how an organization can leverage historical moments, build efficient systems, and adapt its methods to achieve truly global scale. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Our mission here at Mormon Deep Dive Channel is to explore these complex subjects with a tactical and informative lens, giving you the full picture. If you found this analysis insightful and want more content that goes beyond the surface, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what we have coming up next.
Thanks for watching.